Beautiful Star in Frisco, Texas is the Epic venue playing host to the start of an epic 2018 lacrosse season. Live from the Patriot Cup, it's time for the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show presented by Game On Sports. What a time it is. Lacrosse season is back, and it is back in Texas. Texas High School Lacrosse League is ready to get started again as we are live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, the Dallas Cowboys headquarters, and today playing host to the 2018 Geico Patriot Cup, showcasing some of the best talent across the nation of lacrosse. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kyle Yeomans alongside my good buddy, Zach Wolchuk. We'll be bringing you Game On Sports coverage of Texas High School Lacrosse over the next couple of months as we are partnered with the Texas High School Lacrosse League. Game On Sports going to bring all the coverage all season long. Games of the week. You talk about playoffs, you talk about the state championships, it's all going to be covered by Game On. It's an exciting new announcement, but at the same time, there's a lot of excitement around the sport itself and the game of lacrosse being back in Texas.
Well, it is a growing sport, and it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of Game On Sports and now partnering with the THSLL. We are excited all season long to bring you the best lacrosse in the state of Texas.
You look at all the teams that are being showcased this afternoon, and we'll get a great sneak peek of that coming up later on. But with all of the excitement around the Texas High School Lacrosse League, we've got a lot of guests as well throughout the show. Here on the kickoff show, we're going to bring in Rich Moses real quickly. He'll be our first guest coming up in just a little bit. But overall, the season right around the corner, and really there is so much to be excited about for Texas High School Lacrosse.
We are going to bring you a jam-packed, fridge fully loaded, stock to coverage all year long, not only with games of the week, but with guests as well. We're going to be joined by Ray Martin of the Texas High School Lacrosse League, as well as Rich Moses from Headstrong and the head coach of the Highland Park Scouts.
So let's start off with Ray Martin. Ray, you're president of the Texas High School Lacrosse League. So much exciting things about Texas High School Lacrosse. Tell us a little bit about just the entire Patriot Cup itself, and then really what you're most excited about heading into the 2018 season.
Oh, you bet, guys. Thanks very much. We're excited about the league. We're excited about the Patriot Cup and the Headstrong Foundation and what that's all about. We're also excited about some exciting things we're going to be presenting with respect to the Dallas Rattlers. So this is going to be a great season. We know from last year, both from a Division I point of view and a Division II point of view, there's some heated rivalries. We've got some exciting changes in the league, and we know that this is going to be a great year. We know there's some teams in the Division I landscape that didn't quite make it last year, going to fight hard to get it this year. And we got one Division I team in Dallas Jesuit that's going to win a three-peat. So it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You look at the Division I and Division II champions from a year ago. You talked about Dallas Jesuit just down the road going for their third straight title. Rockwall also just down the road here up in the North District. They're going for their second straight state championship as well.
Yeah, well, now Rockwall moved up to Division
You're exactly
I.
right.
Okay,
I was about to tease that.
So Green Hill was one team that was in that Final Four last year. They're going to be the one team that has the opportunity to go back.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And another one of those teams is being led by the person sitting just to your right as Rich Moses joins us from the Headstrong Foundation. If you want to go ahead and hand
You bet. I'm going to hand that over to Rich.
We'll talk to you in just a little bit.
Yeah. So Ray Martin switching off the mic here with Coach Rich Moses, now the head coach of the Highland Park Scouts team, and you guys got a chance to kick off your season last night right here at the Star against IMG. An outstanding game that was. Tell us a little bit about that.
We knew it was going to be a challenge going in. IMG is perennially a nationally ranked program, and we came in a little bit banged up, but our guys, we've got no quit in them. We practice hard, we play hard, we compete hard, and we talk about winning every play. And that was kind of the mentality we came into the game with last night. And as you guys saw, we didn't quit. 2.6 seconds left. We still had a chance. So
it was an unbelievably entertaining game.
Thank you. Yeah, we play fast and we play hard.
So this was your first game at the Division I level coaching
Correct.
with Highland Park. How was that?
It was
Getting
fantastic.
That out of the way.
I mean, I'm like the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I had an absolute blast last night. And again, I talk to my kids all the time, and they inspire me and they keep me young. And we talk a lot about positive energy, and I'm keeping everybody up tempo and happy. And you saw it last night. Our kids played with big smiles on their faces.
And Zach and I have been around the game for quite some time, but at the same time, last night was one of the best Division I games that really we've seen just from a talent standpoint overall. How was playing against an IMG team out of Florida, one of the best teams ranked-wise in the nation, bringing them in, and, of course, in a great venue like a Star?
Yeah, it's exciting. But as I told the kids, it's just a bunch of dudes playing lacrosse, just like we are. So go out and play free, and we don't put too much structure in things. And when you stop thinking too much about the X's and O's, you get some creativity out there. And certainly you saw it on IMG's side, and we're trying to be creative as well and be slick.
Yeah, and looking at what you're sporting today, you're not sporting Highland Park, you're sporting the Headstrong Foundation.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the mission of what Headstrong brings to the sport of lacrosse and what they're doing in the area.
Okay, so the Headstrong Foundation, it's actually coincidental. Today is actually the 11th anniversary of the first game that we wore the Headstrong laces.
Well, happy anniversary!
And this is the 10th annual Patriot Cup. So. Couple of good dates to be reminded of. So the Headstrong Foundation, founded by Nick Calalori, a young man who was struck with leukemia, caught a bad break, but he wanted his struggle to help people in his situation, and the mission of the Headstrong Foundation is to help improve the quality of life for cancer patients and their families. So I kind of find it interesting, and I was drawn to it because it's not all about science. It's actually something I understand. They say a smile is priceless, and I think that's a big part of what the Headstrong Foundation is about, is helping people just feel normal for a day while they're battling a vicious disease.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And kind of tell us a little bit of how you got involved with the Headstrong program. What led you, like you said, it's not necessarily science, but there's got to be a little bit of extra something pushing you into
Sure. Unfortunately, cancer, you're going to be affected by cancer. It's not a matter of if, it's when. So unfortunately for me, a little over 5 years ago, one of my dear friends and teammates and Hall of Fame goalie at Cornell, Paul Schmoller, was struck down with brain cancer, and he was 6 weeks from diagnosis, so he's passing. 2 days after his passing, one of my dear friends in Highland Park, Danielle Stevens, who is a true warrior, was diagnosed with leukemia, and I felt like I had the time, I had the mission, I had the passion to do something about it and help out. So I reached out to another friend of mine, Tom Gravanti, an old teammate, head coach at Mount St. Mary's lacrosse, and he beat non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, not once but twice. And I talked to him about my thought process and my passion, and he said, buddy, the house is already built. Give a call to the Calaloris. There's no need to reinvent the wheel here. I'll just throw as many cliches at you as I can. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Give him a call. And then speaking to Cheryl, she started talking to me about some of her son's teammates who actually live in Dallas, guys like Pat DeBalt, Steve Prifty, Tommy Shuey. So, sometimes good things come out of a bad thing, and this was one of them. And we've been around in Dallas for about 5 years now. It's been fantastic.
And what are some ways people can get involved with the Headstrong Foundation?
You can either go to headstronglacrossetexas.org and reach out to me, or go to headstrong.org and reach out to me. We don't really run a select program. We run clinics. Once a year, every September, we'll run a clinic. We take one team to California for the Sandstorm event. And frankly, I will answer emails. So if you've got a passion, or if you've got a vision or an idea about ways to raise money, feel free. I just tweeted out yesterday on Headstrong Lax a way you can dedicate. You can donate something like Chris Hogan for the Patriots did. Every catch he made, he donated $15.
That's incredible.
So we can do, yeah, it's great, and that's good presence for us and national exposure. So we can do that via lacrosse, soccer, football, anything you want.
Wow, that's awesome stuff.
Really is.
Thank you.
Along with that, what has really tied Headstrong into the sport of lacrosse? Why lacrosse specifically to be able to put the Headstrong Foundation up on a pedestal?
Nick Collery was a lacrosse player at Hofstra. So again, the lacrosse family and men's game, women's game, the sorority, the fraternity are fantastic. So one of our own was in need, and guys like Coach Volker and Dino at Duke, they just understood what Nick was all about, and they wanted to help him out. And the Collery family, they are. You talk about one of our mantras is be relentless. They are absolutely relentless in their mission. And the lacrosse community just continues to respond. It's just an amazing community.
Definitely. So, Rich Moses, everybody, as we do go into the end of this segment, I do want to give you one more chance. Be sure to go and visit www.headstrong.org to donate. You can go donate there. 90 cents out of every dollar.
90 cents of every dollar. We're very proud of that.
That's an awesome mark.
Really
goes to help improve the lives of those affected by cancer. So be sure to go and donate there. And if you need any more information, you can also visit www.headstrong.com. When we come back here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show, we'll be joined by the Dallas Rattlers, the brand new Major League Lacrosse team that's going to be playing right here on the field behind us at the Star in Frisco when we come back right here on Game On Sports. Welcome back to the Star in Frisco, where we are kicking off the 2018 Texas High School Lacrosse League season. Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk here representing Game On Sports. We just got a great chance to talk about the Headstrong Foundation and everything they do in the community for those affected by cancer. Be sure to go visit them at www.headstrong.org. And so much great stuff from Rich Moses, who played on this field just last night to kick off the 2018 season for his team, the Highland Park Scots, from just down the road against the ING Academy. Well, there's a lot of lacrosse yet to be played here at the Star. The Dallas Rattlers out of the Major League Lacrosse. It's going to be an outstanding year of lacrosse in the state of Texas, and they are here, and they are represented by Mr. Austin Lee joining us, also alongside Ray Martin, the president of the Texas High School Lacrosse League. So what a power couple of analysts and a couple of guests we already have on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show.
We only bring you the best here
Goodness
at the THSLL kickoff.
So, Austin, kind of tell us a little bit about the Rattlers coming to Texas and what that means really for the sport itself.
Yeah, definitely. The Dallas Rattlers, really, it's a culmination of everything that's been going on here. It's been one of the biggest hotbeds here in Dallas and the whole Fort Worth area. The Rochester team moved here, and we're excited to be here. We came here in November, and ever since then we've been hitting the ground running. They had the championship game here, but that was just the start. We're ready to start off April 29th. We'll be here all season long.
How exciting is it for the team to get to play in a venue like the Ford Center here at the Star in Frisco?
This is incredible. I've been with Major League Lacrosse for about 2 years, seen a lot of amazing venues. This tops my list.
Yeah,
absolutely
awesome.
Takes my breath away. It's a great venue to be in.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely state of the art, brand new also. But how much did having the championship game for the MLL here this past summer, how much of an influence did that have on bringing a team down to Texas?
I think it was huge. Yeah. It was definitely huge. When you see that we brought out, I believe it was 6,000 to 7,000 people for one lacrosse game, the two teams that aren't in the market, and now we're bringing a team that this is the hometown team now. You know, the Dallas Rattlers will be your team, 7 games all season long. So it's going to be big, and we're excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. Of course, with the THSLL being in town, having the Dallas Rattlers partnering there is a huge thing. And actually, for those of you at home, it's a big thing as well. Be sure to go online. There's going to be a ticket giveaway. Tell us a little about that ticket giveaway and what's going to be out there.
Yeah, we're partnering with the THSLL, and we're going to be giving away 4 tickets, 2 to the season opener here on April 29th, and 2 tickets later in the season. I can actually give that to you. I think you would know a little bit.
Oh, you bet.
There we go.
You bet, Austin. Thanks. Yeah, we're excited. We're gonna give all the THSLL participants and fans an opportunity to come on our website, enter for those tickets. We're going to give them away, and it's going to be an exciting thing. We're excited about the Rattlers. Everybody's excited about lacrosse in Texas, and we're especially excited about what they're doing, not only for the market, but what they're doing for youth lacrosse and what they're doing for high school lacrosse. It's a win-win for everybody, so we're excited.
Definitely. So just having a pro team in town to kind of look up to is definitely going to be one of those big things. Like you said, for even the high schoolers that are playing the sport of lacrosse in the area, there's going to be a lot more attention on the sport of lacrosse, and that's always fun to watch. Let me just run down those 4 tickets real quick. The first 2 tickets are going to go to the home opener. So the first game ever at the Star for the Dallas Rattlers, 2 free tickets. That's on April 29th against the Denver Outlaws, and then on June 7th against the Boston Cannons. That's the other game that the Texas High School Lacrosse League will give you tickets to if you go online to http://thsll.org/giveaway. So that's thsll.org/giveaway for those tickets to try and enter in for your chance to win a spot right behind us for the home opener in the June 7th game for the Dallas Rattlers. And Ray, just kind of elaborate a little bit more on exactly what the Dallas Rattlers mean to the state of lacrosse and what they mean to the Texas High School Lacrosse League.
Oh, you bet. Well, clearly, lacrosse is one of those sports where if you experience it, you love it. And no better lacrosse than watching professional athletes who have come through leagues like the Texas High School Lacrosse League to become professional lacrosse players. And that is just phenomenal. And what we're hoping is that you'll see some of these Texas High School Lacrosse League players end up on the Rattlers out here in the Star performing just like they did last night. And we'll see them all season long as we stream their games and we get to see the talent and the competition that happens from the high school point of view, moving to the quality and the competition that's going on with the professional guys from the Rattlers.
And Ray, you talked to us about the Rattlers are really just growing from the ground up. They are building their foundation here in Dallas. Talk about how awesome that is to really, with the community, grow together along with the THSLL. There's so many great things happening in the sport of lacrosse around us.
There are, and I tell you what, these guys, they deserve a lot of credit. They got the name. Everything else they're building from scratch. So you think about building a professional sports franchise in just a few months, introducing that April 29th on the field here at the Star. It's phenomenal. Not only are they doing that and working with us, but they're also working with the youth in Texas. They're doing clinics and camps, and they're promoting youth lacrosse. That's the community service side of the Dallas Rattlers and what they're about. So it's all a win-win for everybody, and these guys are leading the way, and we're really excited to have them here. We're excited to have them in Dallas, and we think it's going to be a great season, and we're looking forward to them winning the MLL Cup this year.
In the inaugural
That
season,
would be
bring
awesome.
the cup home to Dallas.
Absolutely.
Why not? So a lot of excitement around the Dallas Rattlers, coming to Dallas and being a part of the lacrosse community in town. Austin, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you farther down the road. Once again, a little bit more information on that ticket giveaway. Be sure to go to thsll.org/giveaway. We will announce the winners of the April 29th game the first week in April during the Texas High School Lacrosse League Game of the Week. Zach and I will be on the call for that, so we'll get the pleasure of telling you who wins those tickets, and then we'll also announce the other game for June 7th. That'll be during the state championship week during the week of May 13th. So be tuned for both of those giveaways, and we'll send some people back here to the Star to watch some Texas Rattlers lacrosse. When we come back here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show, we will be rejoined by Mr. Ray Martin. We'll talk about the partnership between the THSLL and Game On Sports, bringing you coverage of high school lacrosse across the state of Texas throughout the remainder of the season. You're watching the kickoff show right here on Game On Sports. Welcome back here to Frisco, Texas, in the Dallas Cowboys headquarters located at the Star, as we are bringing you the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show. Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk, and joined once again by Ray Martin. And Ray, so much exciting news around the partnership with the Dallas Rattlers, with the Patriot Cup, all sorts of lacrosse this weekend. But one of the biggest things that's come to the table for this league as a whole is really the new partnership with Game On Sports. Game On Sports has been throughout the Texas high school area, broadcasting many sports across the years. Of course, owned by Fred Garner, our producer this evening as well. And there's so much excitement around that, but the partnership is really just getting off to a great start, Ray.
It is, and we're excited to be partners together, promoting the sport of lacrosse, high school league for Texas. And, you know, this is all about the high school athletes that play lacrosse and getting them visibility not only to their fans, but guess what? To people outside the state of Texas who are recruiting those kids to come play MCLA, Division 3, 2, 1. You know, we want to give them every opportunity to be recognized for the talent, the skills that are being exhibited from a high school point of view. So we're partnering with you guys. We're going to stream district lacrosse games across the state of Texas in March and April. Clearly, we're going to stream the playoff games, the super regionals, and the state championship weekend. So we're really excited. And toward that end, we're soliciting from the fans on Twitter. We want them to tell us which one of those district games are they excited about seeing, which ones would they like their teams to submit to be streamed. We're going to ask the teams to submit the games that they'd like to have streamed, and then we'll do a lottery, a drawing. We'll do a live broadcast, and we'll announce those teams on the 28th of February. So we're really excited about what we're doing with you guys.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. The lottery right around the corner. And, of course, Zach and I will be a part of these broadcasts throughout the season. And I know, Zach, I know you're excited about it.
I can't wait.
I'm excited about it.
Let's have the lottery right now. What do you say?
Yeah, let's just throw it all together. We'll get it started. But kind of tell us how each of these teams can get involved with being a part of that lottery. There's a process that goes into that, and being able to choose these games that, like you said, will be at a bigger and a national audience, being streamed live across the world.
Absolutely. So we've set up an email address, and we'll provide that to all the coaches so that they can submit their district games in March and April. We'll take all those games. We've got a formula based on how many teams in each district, how many district games there are in March and April, and then we'll be doing a lottery for March and for April for those games of the week, and then we'll be streaming those games live. And like I said, we'll announce those games that we're going to stream on the 28th. So the coaches should look for communication from us this week, telling them how to submit their games and what the process is and how we're going to do that. And again, the fans need to go to Texas_lacrosse on Twitter, THSLL _north, and THSLL _south. Tell us what district games they want to see streamed. Those coaches are going to watch that, and they're going to be excited about what the fans want to see. Yeah. So we're going to energize the fans to get involved so that we can pick the games they want to see. streamed in the 2018 season.
How neat is that the THSLL is taking into account what the fans would like to see for these selections in the lottery?
You bet. Well, it's all about the kids, it's all about the fans, and it's all about promoting lacrosse in Texas. So we're excited about it. We're excited about you guys.
It's not a lot that you see a network and a broadcasting company be able to go out and say, hey, what games do you want to watch? It's almost like on-demand sports. We're reinventing the wheel here with Game On Sports in the THSLL.
We are.
Be sure to go online. If you want to get involved with choosing these games, like you said, you can get involved on Twitter at all those various Twitter handles, and then also if you want to look at the schedule of games, all of the schedules are updated on Texas High School Lacrosse in their website, THSLL.org. So go on there, you can look at your favorite team, the teams around you, and look at those different matchups that you can vote on and things like that.
And let's not forget the one important element of this, and that's sponsorships and advertising.
Of course, absolutely.
Okay? We're doing this, and what we're hoping to do is give companies, sponsors, advertisers that are excited about lacrosse in the state of Texas get involved from a sponsorship and an advertising point of view, and we can take those profits from that advertising and offset the cost of presenting the state championship weekend. It's an expensive weekend, and the teams pay for that now. We would like nothing better than to have the proceeds from streaming the games and the sponsors and the advertisers pay for those state championship weekends.
That'd be awesome.
And us make a really big deal, bigger than we already do, about those weekend games.
Well, get on board now because this train is moving fast, I can tell you. Now, Ray, you are very familiar with all the teams across the state. What are some of the games that you look most forward to seeing each year? Some of the rivalries that we see across the state of Texas?
Yeah, well, Division I and Division II. Clearly, Division I, there was only one team that won the state championship last year. Their second time in a row. They're going for a three-peat. But there are some other Division I teams that were in that mix last year that didn't quite get there. Mm-hmm. All of them have a chip on their shoulder. One in the south and two in the north. We know they're going to be there, and there are going to be some surprises because we've really jumbled up the Division I. We've got new teams in there. In the north, we split it into two divisions. It's going to be an interesting year. There's going to be some surprises, and some of these teams don't play each other until we get to the playoffs and the super regionals in the Division I. In Division II, we moved up in the north, 4 teams, all of which were involved in the playoffs last year leading up to the state championship weekend. Only one, Green Hill, has the opportunity because everybody else moved up. There'll be the one team that has the opportunity to go back and try to win that elusive Division II championship. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be some really good games, and you know we couldn't script a season any better than what we're going to have.
Well, I'm so pumped for it.
May 12th and 13th of those games down in Austin. Oh, my goodness, that just sounds like a blast. Of course, so much story. And, of course, last year's championship game, an outstanding match between Jesuit and ESD at the Division I level. ESD had the lead going into halftime. What was it, 8-1?
Yeah, and an outstanding comeback for Jesuit.
Jesuit came back.
You're never out of the fight.
Game.
No, it's not over till it's over.
Nope.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So once again, Ray Martin joining us here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be rejoined right back up here at the Star in Frisco. You're watching live on Game On Sports. Back here at the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, presented by Game On Sports. Kyle Yeomans rejoined up here by Zach Wolchuk. So much excitement, and I feel like I've said that word over and over again, but I can't help it because there are so many new elements to the new season of lacrosse. 2018 is going to be a great one, Zach.
No, I can't wait for it. It's an exuberant feel. How about that?
Hey, there you go.
We'll get a new word in here, but we got so many great matchups coming up in the Patriots Cup on this very field, and one of them is going to be Arkansas taking on SMU, and we are now joined by the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Mr. Justin Jenkins. Justin, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Well, you have a team and a roster loaded with players from the state of Texas. I think it's 72% of your roster is from Texas. What makes Arkansas such a hotbed destination for these high school players?
That's a good question. I mean, I think one of the big things for Arkansas is we're one of 3 SEC teams in the Lone Star Alliance that we play in. So guys from Texas want to come down. They want to see SEC football, which is always great anywhere you go, right? And then they get to play lacrosse in SEC school as well. Yeah. And so it's just a good way to get those guys from Texas up. It's only a 5-hour drive from Dallas, so it's not far. It's far enough to be away from mom and dad, but if something happens, I get to shoot home for the weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You look at the matchup that you guys have in front of you today with SMU. SMU, a pretty stout team, at least on paper. What are you guys looking most forward to heading into the game, especially in a venue like the Star playing this afternoon?
Yeah, SMU is a stout team. I mean, they've been the champions past 2 years in our division. They're a really hard team to play. 2 things we got to focus on is, one, our nerves. This is a new venue for us. We had a time to run around and play yesterday to kind of let the novelty wear off for a second and then play our game. And second is limit transition and turnovers. We've got to make sure that we play between the boxes and well within the 30-yard line down to the GLE, make sure that we play good, solid defense, smart on clears, and then on offense, we take care of the ball, possess, and make sure we find the back of the net.
You have an outstanding freshman class. Can you talk to us about some of the freshmen that you expect to step up and be big factors in the game later today?
Right, yeah, we do. Our freshman class is the largest we've had in the 3 years that I've been coaching Arkansas, and they're really the backbone of this team. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do for the next 3-4 years for us. But the 3 freshmen that stand out the most is going to be Noah, who is from Houston. He's one of our star attackmen on the crease. We've got Cole Turner, who's number 21 for us. He's an exceptionally fast midfielder. And then we also have Spencer Ham, number 16 from Vandegrift, who's originally from Austin but just moved up to Dallas. His family's going to be here supporting him, but it is going to be an amazing game. And those 3 guys, we're going to see a lot of good things from them today.
And it seemed like you guys, I got to watch the tail end of your practice yesterday before Highland Park and IMG played, but I loved how much fun it looked like you guys were having out on the field, and of course people coming out taking pictures of the venue afterwards, taking selfies and everything. What's it like to just have a group of guys that you have under your watch that are just loving playing the game of lacrosse?
Yeah, the most important thing we always stress is it's you got to have fun. It's more fun when you win, but you got to have fun. And we took the last 10 minutes of practice yesterday and played football because we're at Dallas, we're at the Star. Why not play some football, right?
Yeah.
The guys who have fun, it's easy to get along with each other. The chemistry's right, and when it all comes together, we see it on the field, and it works out very well for us.
Well, we're excited to get to call that game later today. One of the other teams that you've already played this year in this Patriots Cup will be Texas. What makes Texas so good this year?
They're an amazing team. Their depth of players, their coaching staff is stout, and their facility is just one of the best, I think, in probably all of MCLA lacrosse. They have their own turf field there. It's just amazing, and they've got amazing talent. It's hard to describe because if you haven't been there, you've got to go and see how well they're coached and how well they move the ball. They're a phenomenal team.
And then you look at the Patriot Cup as a whole. One of the biggest things and one of the best things about the Patriot Cup is all of the talent that is brought in to the state of Texas and nearby, like you said, only a 5-hour drive that sounds like a lot, but at the same time, it's not necessarily the biggest distance. But are you guys going to get a chance to watch Yale, Villanova, and then even the Texas OU game afterwards?
Yeah, so our guys will show up here around 11:45. We're going to have them watch this game this afternoon. We're going to play our game, and then we're going to stay afterwards and scout Oklahoma because we play them at the beginning of April, who's also in our conference. So we can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So what's it looking like for the Lone Star Alliance for you guys? What's the end goal this 2018 season and even moving into the future?
Yeah, last year was the first time that Arkansas made the playoffs ever in Lone Star Alliance after joining the conference 2 years ago, and it is the first time we made the playoffs in our school history. We've been around for about 11 years, so one of the younger programs in the Lone Star Alliance. Obviously, the goal this year is to make the playoffs, even make the semifinals. I don't think we have the depth necessarily to probably make a big push for the national championship, but in the next 3 or 4 years, my idea would be that we'd make a good run of the national championship.
Well, Coach, my girlfriend's a proud Arkansas alum.
There we
and
go.
I'm going to take this opportunity, Woo Pig, exactly, to earn some brownie points. If you wouldn't mind teaching us, how do we call the Hogs?
All right.
Oh, man.
So calling the Hogs is pretty simple. You got to start with your hands out.
Okay.
You
got to put the papers down.
Paper down, right?
down.
I don't know where are we putting
Most of the
them.
time,
We
you're
got it.
supposed to
I'll put them
stand
back
for this,
behind
but
you here.
Hands out, and you go. You start out, and it goes.
All right.
Ooh,
Pig suey.
Ooh,
Pig suey. Pig suey.
Razorbacks.
All right.
Hey,
Just like that.
that's pretty easy.
Hey,
Not
that's
bad.
good. I'm
Figure
putting that
out.
on my highlight reel.
we go.
Jillian, that was for you.
Real big.
Wow. Brownie points out the wazoo. Thank you so much, Justin,
Thank you
for
guys for
joining
having
us.
us. Really appreciate it.
Good luck coming up against SMU. That game starting at 3 o'clock. You can also catch that game. Zach and I will be on the call for that one right here on Game On Sports. So very excited about that. And good luck
Thank you. Appreciate it.
against
Thanks
the
a lot, guys.
Mustangs.
Good
But
luck.
when we come back, we'll have SMU represented up here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show when we come back here from the Star. What an hour it's been so far here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League Kickoff Show 2018 presented by Game On Sports, as we are now joined up in the concourse at the Star Dallas Cowboys headquarters by the head coach of SMU Lacrosse, Mr. Carl Lynch. Carl, how are you doing this evening?
Doing great.
I guess it's morning time as you get prepared for that evening game against Arkansas. Kind of give us a little rundown about what your team is doing. Of course, you've won the championship in the last 2 years in the Lone Star Alliance. What are you looking forward to most against the Razorbacks coming up at 3?
Really, for us, it's about starting to develop that consistency, the whole team, the whole field. We've been good in parts in the beginning of the season. Now we need to start putting it together.
Now, you're going for the three-peat in the LSA. Does that add any added pressure to your team this year?
Our guys are pretty loose, and I think that's been one of the things that helps them in tough games. So I don't think they add any pressure to anything.
Yeah, you look at really a couple other teams, and of course we're the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show, and of course Dallas Jesuits won the last 2 titles there. They're going for a three-peat, also just down the road from the campus at SMU. Yeah. What kind of crossover do you see from guys being out of the THSLL and coming into your program? Are there any kind of crossover there?
Actually, it really is, yeah. And it's really we have a bunch of players from the Metroplex, and we have some from Houston, and we have some from South Lake and Austin, and also San Antonio. That's as far down as we go. So we're really seeing an increase. 8 years ago when I got to SMU, it was all national players. We would get players from Florida and California, and we still get a majority of our players from out of state, but we're starting to see our roster fill up with Texas talent.
Now, you graduated a really talented senior class. What are some of the players to look out for in today's game to make up for some of those absences?
Well, Tom Garrett, who is an honorable mention All-American last year, is back, number 11 at the midfield, and he's bookended by Austin Rolfe on the other side, and then we got a Westlake transfer from Bucknell, Jake Garino, that's joined that line. So that midfield, our first midfield line, has got some really D1 level talent running around, and you'll be able to see it when you see their splits.
Absolutely.
Is that the best unit you would say from your side?
I'm sorry?
Is that the best unit that you guys would put out in field?
Well, actually, our starting defensive unit, who have been together for 3 years now, are pretty salty.
Wow.
And Cole Ogden, who's a Highland Park product, was a first-team All-LSA player last year.
Wow, awesome stuff just down the road.
Y'all actually played a game last night against Clemson, correct?
Yes, we did.
Do you think that's any advantage or disadvantage, being able fresh right off a game, or any layover from having played last night?
I don't think there'll be a layover because the game's late enough at 3 o'clock. But, yes, I always think it helps. In the MCLA, you rarely get a Wednesday and then a Saturday game. You often have to play back-to-back. So we actually schedule it into our season so that we're ready for the postseason, because our postseason comes fast and furious.
And what's it like being able, I asked the same question to Justin Jenkins just a moment ago, but what's it like being in this venue, playing lacrosse at the Star, on the field that the Dallas Rattlers will soon play at, and just really a magnificent venue for high school athletics?
This is, and actually I've coached here before.
Yeah.
Last summer as part of a different series, but I was also here for the MLL game, and they're great sidelines. There's nothing better than scoring a goal top shelf and then seeing it on the Jumbotron 30 seconds later.
It's unbelievable. Well, Coach, good luck this afternoon, and we hope that you guys have great success this season.
Thank you.
Once again, Carl Lynch joining us here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League Kickoff Show. When we come back, we'll preview the second matchup of the MCLA doubleheader that we have at the Star coming up in just a little bit. Texas and OU coming up around the corner right here on Game On Sports. Got about 15 minutes to kick off the THSLL season in the kickoff show right here on Game On Sports. Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk, now joined by the head coach of Boomer Sooner Oklahoma Lacrosse, Mr. Mario Ania. Mario, how you doing?
Great, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
So excited to watch you guys in the Red River rivalry down here on the field at the Star. An outstanding, historic matchup just in terms of whatever sport the game is being played in. But tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to most about taking on those pesky Longhorns on the other side.
Well, I tell you, I just moved here last year. It was my first season, and we went down to Austin last year, and we had them the whole game, and at last 90 seconds of the game came up short, and that's a long bus ride back to Norman, let me tell you. So I think the boys and I are very excited for tonight's matchup. Couldn't be a better venue. And what a great day of lacrosse we're going to have today.
Well, Coach, I'm glad you brought up last year's game because it was an instant classic. Ever since then, has this been one you guys have circled on the schedule? We got to get back at the Horns?
Well, yes, sir. I asked the boys the other day at practice, how many times have you guys beaten Texas? And they said, well, we've only played them twice. And I said, oh, so that means you haven't yet. And so that senior class has got some goals today, and we'll see how it goes.
Now, go ahead.
Well, one second, just not to cut you off there, Kyle, but do you still consider Texas your biggest LSA rival, despite the emergence of a team, say, like SMU?
Yeah, I think everybody in the country knows that Texas and Oklahoma, where I'm from, Cal, Stanford, you know, USC, UCLA, those are, you know, the big games.
Deep-rooted rivalries.
Yep,
yes,
absolutely, sir. And it starts young here.
Yeah,
very young.
Definitely. So you grow up in the state of Texas, and you're basically taught to hate OU, and same thing, vice versa. OU is taught to hate Texas. But with that being said, there's so much excitement around the entire day of the Patriot Cup. Villanova, Yale coming up and warming up on the field currently. Is your team going to get a chance to be able to scout out maybe even the earlier game and get to watch any of the NCAA game going on currently?
Oh, absolutely. We're here to take in the whole day. Yeah. And Patriot Cup and Geico, what a great venue, what a great day. So we're doing a team photo at noon, and we'll be watching the Yale-Villanova game as a team. And then they're going to go back to the hotel and rest up and come back around 5, ready to get it on with Texas.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your roster and your team this year? Who are some players that you're really excited about?
Yeah, so we're carrying 27 on the roster. We've got a class of 10 seniors, 10 juniors, and 7 sophomores and freshmen. We had 9 new players this year that, for one reason or the other, either came out after a couple years off or whatnot. But we have our starting in the defense between the pipes. We have a junior, Nicholas Johnson from Colorado. He's terrific. And we have another junior from Carolina at the faceoff X. And then we feature senior attackman Eddie Arnold at the attack. So, building the team right through the middle.
Well, it sounds like you've got the foundation of a great team. Zach and I really harp on the face-off X being very strong, and then also you've got to have good goaltending, or else you're not going to be a very good team. So you said both of those positions are pretty filled on your part?
Yes, sir. And what's nice about this weekend is last weekend down in Nashville, Tennessee, the face-off X and the goalie were both standing in water. So that was a little different. But today it'll be nice and climate control. So I know they're looking forward to that, as am I.
Mentioned you had a road game. You don't have a home game. I think it's till March 2nd. You play your first 6 games, if I'm correct, on the road.
Yes, sir. We have only 3 home games. In order to be the best, you got to play the best. Yeah. And being in Norman with kind of one team, we have to travel. So it's great that this place is only a couple hours away, and we hope to be coming to Dallas and playing a lot of lacrosse.
Oh, we'd love to have you.
And you see at the age level that some of these athletes are at right now, there's so much camaraderie whenever you go on the road. How much fun is it to be around just this group of guys for an extended amount of time?
Yeah, I love these guys. These guys are hard workers, blue collar, yes coach, no coach. And I will take them all over the place. This spring break, we're going to go out to California and play Santa Clara and Notre Dame Namur. So these guys are great kids, and we travel well. So
now, is any venue going to stand up to what the Star is presenting today?
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. And again, very thankful and grateful that we're part of it.
And one final question from us, but I did want to kind of see where your footprint was from the state of Texas. So many players, of course, were the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show presented by Game On, but what kind of footprint do you see from the Texas High School Lacrosse League and the players individually on your roster?
Yeah, again, that's what's great about this sport. If you're big or small, if you're quick or slow, there's a spot for you. We've got a lot of Texans on the team, and we're open to many, many more, looking to bring in as many Texas lacrosse athletes as we can.
Got to throw in the recruiting pitch while you can.
Absolutely.
Totally.
I'm 10 seniors, so there's room.
There you go. Mario, thank you for joining us. Good luck this afternoon.
Great. Thank you, guys.
So when we come back, we'll see the other side of this matchup as we'll be joined by the head coaching staff of the Texas Longhorns right here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League Kickoff Show presented by Game On Sports. It's been a great hour here from the Star in Frisco, previewing today's MCLA matchups from the Lone Star Alliance, and we've got one more guest. It's the head coach of Texas Lacrosse, Mr. Seth Bachmeyer. Seth, how you doing this evening?
Great. Thank you very much for having us.
So, of course, we talked about the rivalry earlier with Coach Mario on the other side, but Texas OU, the name says it all. Is there a rivalry between these two lacrosse programs, just like there would be on the gridiron?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Texas OU is what it is. It doesn't matter what sport, basketball's playing right now, Texas
yeah,
OU.
You're exactly right.
It's awesome. So it's fun for the guys to get to come up and to do it in Dallas. So you got the Red River Shootout or Red River Rivalry, whatever we're calling it this year. But, yeah, it's exciting. It's fun to be up here.
So you guys won a comeback game last year against OU. Take us through some of the emotions and your memories from last year's game.
Yeah, it was a great day. It was a Sunday. We had a huge crowd down there watching. Everything was packed. We got down early. The guys didn't give up, and fourth quarter came back and was able to pull it off. So it was exciting. That was fun to be able to do, and it was a great game, and it was hard hitting, and both teams were in it right to the end, and it was a big win for us. That was fun, definitely.
And, of course, you being in Austin and the campus being surrounded by really a lot of rich lacrosse history, especially from the THSLL, what kind of footprint do you guys see from roster-wise individuals coming over from Texas to be on your roster and try and help you guys win an LSA championship?
Yeah, it's great because we get, with Texas being so big, we get a lot of kids down there. Our roster is about 50-50 out-of-state, in-state right now. We recruit very hard out-of-state, but we know we're getting some great players in-state. And the biggest challenge for us, honestly, is getting those guys playing once they come down, because there's a few distractions down in Austin that can take up their time. But we love our in-state players. We just had, a bunch of ESD kids that weren't playing, didn't play as freshmen, who came out this year and playing for us are going to make a difference. So we recruit on campus as hard as we recruit off campus, because the Texas talent is good, and we want those kids playing for us.
What does it mean for the University of Texas to be a part of an event like the Patriots Cup and playing at a venue like the Star?
It's amazing, to be able to come up. We obviously have a lot of Cowboys fans on our team, and just to come up and play in a venue like this is phenomenal. Last week we were out in California. We played Cal. They play in their football stadium. So 2 weekends in a row, these guys have gotten phenomenal venues to play in, but we're so happy to be part of this.
And I wanted to ask you about that road trip in California. What did you learn about your team during that weekend?
Well, I guess it's no secret. We're pretty beat up right now. We have a lot of guys who are starters who are out right now, but we have so many young guys who are getting invaluable playing experience and are going to be battle tested for the long run. And I found out I got a lot of young kids who are gamers, and it was a phenomenal trip. The kids were great. They got to experience something not many people do. So we weren't happy with the outcome specifically, but we were really happy with the experience we got.
Well, one of the positives you can take out of being banged up with some of your better players is that you get a lot of younger, more inexperienced players to be able to step in and gain some of that experience. Who is going to step up for your roster, at least today during the Patriot Cup against OU? We've got
some starting in goal. Ryan Tyrell is our goalie, senior goalie, excellent goalie. So we're counting on him to have a big game for us. Defensively, kind of doing it by committee right now because we're a little banged up, but we see very good defensemen. We're pretty deep at that spot, so that's good. Riley Derby, defensive mid, very good for us. I think we're going to get our face-off guy back today, which will be huge. That's James McElroy out of ESD. Attack-wise, we have John King, who's out of Baltimore, Maryland, but John is a very good attackman. And then we just have a few other guys. Max Manning, who's a freshman out of New York, but he's a big Longhorn fan, and big Cowboys fan, so he's excited to be here. So yeah, we look for those guys to step up and really provide some spark to us today.
What would you say the identity of your program is?
Right now we're in year. This is my third spring, but second full year. So we're in a culture change. I think we're looking to be a much more physically tough team than we have been in the past. We had a parent donate a lot of money, just say that. We build our own weight room. I think we're the first program in the MCLA to have our own weight room. You're going to see an article on that this week. Awesome. It just opened, but we now have a place for our guys to live together and to hang out together, and that's going to make a huge difference for us. But we're carrying about 50 guys. We had like 60 in the fall, so we have a lot of interest, and I think it's just becoming more of a team. That's the culture we want to do, and more physical on the field.
So, Seth, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck this afternoon against OU, and take one to the Sooners.
No, thank you very much for having us. Appreciate all you do.
It's a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you very
much.
So
when we come back here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League Kickoff Show, we'll tie a bow on an outstanding hour of lacrosse talk and analysis, and we'll take you in to the 2018 season as we are just about set to get underway on another exciting year of lacrosse. You're watching us live on Game On Sports. Villanova and Yale just about set to get started behind us here at the Star in Frisco, but we're not done just yet here on the Texas High School Lacrosse League kickoff show. Kyle Yeoman, Zach Wolchuk now joined once again by Ray Martin as we put a bow on an outstanding kickoff show, get ready for another outstanding season from an epic venue. And there's so many different things that we can plug during this final segment. Ray, get us started.
You bet. Listen, thank you guys. Thank everybody for joining us. I think we've got a great partnership ahead of us. Some great lacrosse. Getting ready to have some great lacrosse behind us. Look, we're going to ask these coaches to submit their games for consideration. We're asking the fans again to get on social media and tell us what games you want to see streamed. We're going to announce that on February 28th together, and then we're going to stream these games live. And we're also going to do the ticket giveaway for the Rattlers, so we want everybody to get on the website and enter those drawings to get those tickets.
Yeah, once again, you can go online to get those tickets at THSLL.org/giveaway, and you'll be able to be entered to win tickets to the April 29th season opener, home opener for the Dallas Rattlers right here at the Star, and then also the June 4th game that will be given away during the Texas High School Lacrosse League state championship matchups. You got the information down below as well. And Zach, as we wrap things up, any final thoughts here from the Star?
I just couldn't be more blown away by the support and the guests that we've had here.
Awesome.
This is going to be a sensational season. And again, Ray, thank you so much. It's an honor to be a partner with the THSLL along with Game On Sports.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
And as we begin to wrap up, be sure to follow all of our social media accounts for Game On Sports Productions. You can find us on Twitter at Game On Sports Pro, where you will see live tweeting for all of the events covered by Game On Sports, including the SMU Arkansas game that comes up at 3 o'clock. You can find that link also on that Twitter account as well. Then you can also go on to Facebook and like that page, Game On Sports Production. The info is also listed below. An outstanding morning so far in lacrosse is just getting started. Got Villanova Yale coming up, the NCAA matchup, then the MCLA teams take over as SMU Arkansas play at 3. Then at 6, it's the Red River rivalry, Texas and OU. But until next time, we're going to sign off here from the Star. For Ray Martin, Zach Wolchuk, and everybody involved in this Game On Sports Production broadcast, I'm Kyle Yeoman signing off, and so long from Frisco.